Good day, everyone. It's a great day for all of us because today we were able to invite experts in the field to join and talk to us about instructional supervision as we present our panel discussion for today's class. We have prepared some questions and our panelists are ready to answer them. So, we will not keep you waiting. Allow me to introduce our panelists for today. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Our first panelist is a professional development and teacher evaluation expert. Let's welcome Ma'am Mirasol F. Gucor. Our second panelist is our instructional supervision expert. Let's welcome Ma'am Beulah Jam Esmania. Our third panelist is our Standards of Instructional Supervision consultant. Let's welcome Ma'am Queenie Leah Francisco. And our fourth panelist is our Instructional Supervision Process and Procedures expert. Let's welcome Ma'am Josie Eras. And for our last panelist, she is our Technical Assistance Supervisor. Let's welcome Ma'am Sheila May Espada. Welcome to our panelists. And of course, allow me to introduce myself as well as your moderator for today. I am Maria Reyes Jane Ebro. So let's start with our first question, which is addressed to Ma'am Mirasol. Ma'am, can you tell us first what is professional development?
When we say professional development, it refers to continuing education and career training after a person has entered the workforce in order to help them develop new skills, stay up to date on current trends, and advance their career. We all know that the professional world is becoming increasingly competitive and is constantly changing. So, professional development and continual learning is more important than ever in being successful and achieving career goals. We should not stop learning. We must keep ourselves up to date and we reskill and upskill ourselves.
I see, ma'am. So it means that any professional can pursue continuing professional development, right? Then why is it important for us teachers to pursue it?
Yes, any professional can pursue professional development courses as long as it is really what they want. However, it is important for teachers like us to pursue this because teachers as we are, we should be lifelong learners. It allows us to build our skill set and knowledge and allows us to stay current on different teaching learning trends. This helps not only the teacher, but also the students and the entire school community as well. This means by taking advantage of professional development, continued education, and planning for your career, you've already got a leg up on a third of your peers because you're going for it and taking ownership of your career. You're much more likely to achieve success and meet your goals.
Thank you, Ma'am Maria Mirasol, for that. I totally agree that indeed teachers should be lifelong learners. But it's not enough to just let the teachers do all of this without proper evaluation and supervision. I will get back to you later, ma'am, as our next question is addressed to Ma'am Beulah Jam. Good day to you, Ma'am Beulah Jam. Can you please enlighten us and our audience today about instructional supervision? Ma'am?
Thank you, Ma'am Raisa. Well, instructional supervision is the process of assisting teachers in the stimulation of professional growth, selection and revision of objectives of education, development of materials for instruction, development of better and more effective methods of teaching, evaluation of instruction, and aiding the new teachers to become successful teachers.
I see, Ma'am Jam. But Who usually supervises our teachers? And why is there a need for instructional supervision in schools? Ma'am?
School-based supervision is usually performed by relevant staff such as principals, administrators, teachers, inspectors, coordinators, lead teachers, mentors, peer coaches, and peer supervisors. Also, we have the curriculum specialists, project directors, trainers, program evaluators, and district office administrators. These supervisors lead other teachers in instruction to make them as effective as possible. They also lead teachers in developing and implementing an effective plan of instruction. Instructional leaders improve the quality of instruction by furthering professional growth for all teachers. For example, they should consider teachers' input, help teachers to do their job, listen to and empathize with teachers concerning their problems, facilitate communications, and alleviate anxiety.
Instructional supervisors really play a big role in the life of the teachers and the school. They not only provide supervision, but also support the continuity of assessment for teachers' professional development and improvement of the teaching process. Thank you so much, Ma'am Beulah Jam, for that. My next question is addressed to Ma'am Josie. Good day to you, ma'am. What do you think are the most important characteristics that instructional supervisors should possess?
We cannot deny that our instructional supervisors are very important in preserving the quality of teachers in our education system. That is why every good supervisor should possess originality, popularity, sociability, good judgment, good humor, cooperativeness, and the ability to inspire trust. However, the improvement of instruction should be their first priority.
I agree, Ma'am Josie. It really takes a lot of important characteristics to be able to supervise your constituents well. Thank you for that, ma'am. Now let's proceed to our next question addressed to Ma'am Queenie Leia. Hello, ma'am. We already know how important is instructional supervision, but can you tell us more about the different standards that should be followed?
Different standards include democratic supervision, ethical learning and teaching, collegiality and supervision, and standards of reflective practice. In a democratic supervision, the supervisor consults subordinates in the process of decision-making, while in ethical learning and teaching standards, the supervisor establishes healthy advisory relationships among teachers based on respect and trust in their personal and professional competence. In the standards of collegiality and collaboration, it creates and sustains a learning community that supports teachers as learners and leaders. It also encourages teachers and other personnel to collaborate in the improvement of the school system. And lastly is the reflective practice. It is where they study their own experiences to improve their way of work. It provides opportunities for teachers and students for systematic assessment and constructive feedbacking.
Thank you for that comprehensive answer, Ma'am Queenie. Indeed, even in instructional supervision, certain standards should be followed. This next question is addressed to our technical assistants and online supervision expert, Ma'am Sheila May Espada. Hello, ma'am. Good day to you. What are the differences between the old concept and the new paradigm in technical assistance?
Technical assistance is conducted to help solve problems, improve performance, get results, and gather data to inform policy formation. The old technical assistance concept is more on supervising, monitoring, evaluating, directing, and instructing, while the new paradigm focuses more on coaching, guiding, and empowering. The technical cycle composes of needs assessment, diagnosis, planning, implementation, and continuous improvement. So when you say needs of assessment, this is the first stage in delivering technical assistance to schools. The technical assistant teams should first have the clear understanding of the actual situation of the client. Important documents that the team should review are the school's SIPs and their implementation plans, EBIS data on all performance indicators, SBM assessment results, and the reports from the management team. These documents will provide the team basic information on the present status or situation of the client and identify the needs that will require technical assistance. So, when we say planning, after analysis of data gathered, diagnosis, the first step is to identify all the needs of the client. Then there is a need to prioritize which needs require technical assistance per client. Once a technical assistance needs have been prioritized, the assistance team can validate their findings with the client and come to an agreement to close the gaps. Then, the team can prepare technical assistance plan by accomplishing the TA plan form per client. So, let's go to implementation. So, at this stage, the TA provider or the TA team can now implement the TA plan or the plan intervention. Preparation for all the actual implementation of the intervention should be collaborative effort between the technical assistance team and the client. Implementation of the plan may be on different levels or may need the service of other or service providers. Feedbacking was done on this stage. So for continuous improvement or the last stage, consolidation of reports and monitoring of progress are done on this stage. The progress and the annual report provides the necessary information to tap the management for decision and appropriate action and support. At this cycle 1 of technical assistance ends. So the quarter and the annual report eventually become inputs again to stage 1 or stage A, technical assistance needs assessment stage, which commences cycle 2 of technical assistance, and then the cycle is repeated.
Now that simply shows that even our ways in providing assistance shifts depending on the call of time, because the new paradigm focuses more on coaching, guiding, and empowering, and this is what is needed more right now. Ma'am Sheila, for your next question, can you enlighten us more about the Dep Ed Teaches program as part of the online supervision that the department provides for its teachers?
The Dep Ed Teaches program will run episodes featuring best practices from regional directors, schools division superintendents, schools principals, and teachers. Other educational experts will also be invited to render talks on current issues and trends in basic education. This program aims to address confusion and doubts on curriculum, initiatives of the Department of Education, effectiveness of the learning activities for distance learning delivery modality. If there is constant communication, doubts, confusions, and uncertainties, and even difficult activities or problems that have been assigned to be undertaken and solved by learners will be addressed effectively.
Wow, that is indeed a very good program in supervising our teachers while keeping up with the call of time, especially now that we are in a pandemic. I hope that this program will be of great help to our teachers. So at this point, we will be having now our fishbowl questions. So these questions were taken from our audience a while ago, and I will be picking 2 questions for our panelists to answer. So all these questions are open for discussion, and our panelists can share their thoughts on this one. So for our question number 1, the question is, what can you advise people who aspire for supervisory positions?
People who aspire to supervisory positions must be prepared to deal with a mismatch they may experience between their expectations and the reality.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with that. They must also confront the number of hours and long days they will have when there are projects to complete or deadlines to meet. Thus, they should also be very good at time management.
Wow! Thank you, Ma'am Josie and Ma'am Mirasol. These are good reminders that our aspiring supervisors should keep in mind. So let's proceed now to our question number 2. Alright, so for our question number 2, our last and final question to our panelists. So question number 2 reads, What are the importance of teacher evaluation in every school system?
The teacher evaluation is defined as a systematic procedure for reviewing the performance of teacher in the classroom and analyzing the review to provide constructive feedback for the teacher's professional growth. Because of the teacher evaluation, we can assign precise ranks to all the teachers according to their respective abilities and contributions.
Not only that, unproductive teachers can be asked to quit, and efficient teachers must be hired to maintain a quality of education.
I agree with you both, and as we all know, it has been proven that a teacher performs better in case the management communicates and appreciates his or her work, which contributes to continuous improvement in their performance.
That was very enlightening. I hope that through this panel discussion, you were able to get a lot of takeaway for today's class. So at this point, allow me to thank our panelists for today, Ma'am Mirasol, Ma'am Beulah Jem, Ma'am Queenie Leia, Ma'am Josie, and Ma'am Sheila May for sharing their time and expertise with us today. I also would like to thank our audience for joining and learning with us today. Thank you so much, everyone, and I hope to see you all again next time. After this panel discussion, Ma'am Josie Eris will be showing her slide presentation of the different process and procedures of instructional supervision. Ma'am Marife de Laugon will also share our overall topic analysis. So thank you so much everyone for listening. Until next time.